Hello, everyone. Um, Doing another uh, REVELL kit from Japan. This is a Tony KI61. The box date on it is 1972. The old price sticker on it is $10. Uh, Great bargain. I believe this is probably maybe a Hasegawa or somebody else's mold that Revell was using. It's printed in a much sturdier box, a real hard box like the big um, F4E Phantom that's on my page. Paint job, once again, I've not seen on any American Revell ones, although they did bring this one over and put it in the flimsy box with all American printing on it and stuff like that later on. But I can't open this one up, it's totally sealed. Um, it does show other Revell kits. There is another version in 32nd scale of the Raiden, is the one I showed you earlier. But the P51B and the BF109FG, I never saw in a Japanese box. They were always in the flimsy Revell boxes. Up to about 1969 or 70, the Revell boxes were pretty sturdy, and then later on they turned to be pretty flimsy. But if you go back to like the original issue of the 172nd scale B17F and the Lancaster and a lot of the other kits, the boxes were really sturdy, thick cardboard, heavy duty. And then Revell got into the I guess, cheapening the containers for their models so they could get more boxes for the same cost. But the artwork on this thing is phenomenal. And from what I remember, the kit had a lot of detail, not panel lined and all that kind of stuff. It had raised detail on it. But the wheel wells, the engine, the cowling shrouds came off. Cockpit looked really nice for its day. You had to do a lot of work to it, but you could make a nice model out of this. I don't know how many of the 32nd scale P47s and Corsairs and all those I built before the new ones came out, and really did a lot of work on them and painting them up and detailing them, weathering them, buying extra decals. That would be about the extent of I would do. I never put any kind of photo etch or resin on them. I thought they looked good enough as they were if you really worked on them. But I thought y'all might get a kick out of this. And let's see, what else can I say about it? Let's see, where did I get this one? Maybe I can remember. I got this one locally here in town. There was a hobby shop in town that would get a lot of, they would buy a lot of collections. And this was in it. And like I said, it had the original shrink wrap on it, and then it also had the $10 sticker on it. So I thought back then that the way these things came was with tape, but tape on either side of the box to hold it together. But I must be somewhat wrong because the sticker on the outside of the wrapper looks to be as old as the early 70s. It looks horrible. So I believe it was shrunk wrap back in those days. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's awful brittle. Don't want to handle it too much because I'm afraid it'll just deteriorate. But it's keeping the kit in a much better state, thankfully. Hopefully, if it ever does go, it hasn't stuck to the paper artwork. There was a guy down at the hobby shop that used to show me some of the kits that came in, and how that if they were a crumpled box or something like that from an old kit from Lindbergh or something like that, that had the thick cardboard boxes, he would actually take and use an iron and iron them back flat, and it really worked quite well. No steam or nothing, but he'd just go over them and go over them, keep going over them, sometimes put a cloth in between them. And then he developed a way to clean the outer surfaces with a little solution he would make up. And he could do quite a nice job on making a kit out of a collection look pretty presentable again. I mean, you knew it had been worked on, but it made it more presentable. But luckily this one was in the condition you see, and I jumped on it. So I'm glad I got it. Wish they would do more reissues. I really enjoyed when they brought out some of the old kits in that new SST line that they did. But since Revell America and Monogram America are all gone now, and it's only Revell Germany, it's a shame. Hopefully, the company that's bringing out a lot of Revell's old kits, they've been around forever. I forget their name right now at the moment. But hopefully they'll bring out a bunch of the old Revell kits and reissue them, and maybe with some of the original box arts and stuff like that. So we can only hope. But anyway, thought I'd bring this out this afternoon and let's take a look at it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did like what you saw, if you can, please hit the like button. And I appreciate it. And you all have a very good evening. Be safe. And talk at you all later. Bye.